Hello. I am down 15 pounds so far on tirzepatide, and I wanted to pop on and talk about my journey so far and how kind of the my beliefs that I had before I started it, and now that I actually have been on it for 6 weeks, almost 5.5 weeks, I guess. Just how those have changed, and everything, the side effects. I'm gonna be pretty real with everyone about the truth about it. And I want to start off by saying that the reason why I started tirzepatide is mainly because I have stage 4 endometriosis, and I had been seeing a little bit of studies and a lot of other people with similar stories talk about how tirzepatide, which is a GLP-1, has changed their life. And I was like, you know what? I don't have anything to lose at this point. I had the surgery to remove my endometriosis and actually diagnose me officially back in 2022. And after that, I became pregnant pretty quickly. And then since then, I was breastfeeding and didn't have a period for a while until the last 5 months. So after, my hormones came back, I guess, after breastfeeding, the pain came back 10 times worse. And I talked to my doctor about it, and she's the person that did the surgery on me and diagnosed my endometriosis. And she had said she didn't think that she'd be shocked if my endometriosis grew back that quickly. And, she said, we can do the surgery, but I just don't think, she didn't advise for it. And she said, you can go back on birth control, or you can do a diet, gluten-free, dairy-free, low sugar, which I do kind of try to do now, but that was not something that really helped me. I was not open, and I'm not open right now to going on birth control. I was on birth control since I was about 14 due to my cycles, due to the pain, due to the sickness I was getting every month. And I've learned now that birth control is just not something that is actually helpful to your body in the long term. It's also not helpful if you want to have another child. And I dealt with infertility for almost 3 years. So it's just not something that I'm open to, and that's okay. But I also knew that I needed to do something because it was affecting my quality of life. And I have a toddler now who I'm chasing around constantly. I need to have energy. I need to feel good. I can't not feel good. So it was really important to me to try something to hopefully reduce my inflammation and just get me back to being healthy and feeling good. I will say that since my cycle came back, I started getting I guess they're called hormonal migraines, but I was getting very severe migraines where I would have to go into the hospital, and I got was it an MRI? I think it was an MRI of the brain, just to make sure that there wasn't anything, occurring there. And luckily everything was fine, but that was how bad the pain was. So my vision also started getting really bad. I actually started wearing glasses, and it's actually really hard for me to see without them, right now, especially distance. But anyway, so things were happening, and I was like, no. Let's get a hold of this before it gets too crazy. So I talked to my doctor about getting a GLP-1. I talked to both my general practitioner and my OBGYN. I was at the level of obesity. I was my numbers were above 30 for my BMI, so I did qualify technically, but they both just did not feel comfortable with doing that yet, and that's okay. I was I didn't push it at all. I figured that I'd probably have to take it into my own hands, and I did. I was able to find a online provider who's been really great. I always will have the information about them in my descriptions, so you can check it out. But they've been really great. They also have payment plans. So I was kind of worried about the cost of everything, and they have so many payment plans. So it's been great. They were able to look over my health history. They know that I have endometriosis. They know, all the details about my BMI and that I do qualify. And so they were able to get me a prescription and send it to my house within like a week. So anyway, that experience has been great so far. They gave me a 3-month supply, so I was kind of stocked up. And as I said before, I am on month 2 right now. So things have been going really well. What I wanted to talk about though was in the beginning before I started it, I thought I was just never going to be hungry. I wasn't going to have any type of cravings. Maybe I'd be sick all the time. I wasn't sure what to expect. And to be honest, when I first started it, I felt a little off the next day. Like I did my injection, and then the next day, I felt a little bit off, like almost like maybe like a low blood sugar type thing, or just like a little bit lightheaded. And I thought, okay, I hope this isn't forever. But that actually went away really quickly. And the biggest thing I guess I noticed was that, yes, I still had an appetite and still had sort of cravings, but not as intense as I did. Because I felt like before, like my cravings were ruling my whole day. Like I would think about food, snacking all the time. I never felt full. I'd eat and I just would want more. Like I never really felt satisfied. And I just feel like that's not, how could that be my fault? And I was slowly gaining weight. I will say I was on an SSRI, which can cause you to gain weight and have an appetite. So I think that just wasn't helping either. I've since come off of that as well. So once I kind of realized okay, I think I can actually control now what I'm eating instead of feeling controlled by my cravings. That was the biggest thing I noticed right up front. Also, I just felt like my sleep had improved so much. I just remember waking up every day feeling exhausted, and I was like, why am I so tired? Not being able to fall asleep at night. And that completely changed really quickly. Sorry, there's a truck going by, so you might hear some beeps. There's always something going on. But yeah, that was just really wild to see how not just the eating part or the cravings, but the actual ability to fall asleep, stay asleep, wake up, feel refreshed was such a different thing for me. So feeling that way, that honestly, even if it was just that would be worth it for me. But I will say I think it was day 4, I did get, my stomach was upset. I think, the main thing is it's a new medication, so you are getting used to it, your body's getting used to it. And so I think taking probiotics is super important. You want to make sure you're taking your probiotics. You want to make sure you are taking magnesium for your bowels so you don't get constipated. And you want to make sure you're drinking a lot of water and eating your protein. And I also think just eating veggies when nothing else sounds good. I eat vegetables. That always sounds good to me. So that's my biggest tip. The other thing that I just didn't know how to expect was how my period would feel while I was on the medication. And I did get my period a few days later from starting my first dose. And I had no pain, at all, zero, no cramps, which is very different for me. Like I said, I'm used to having really bad, debilitating pain. And I was waiting for those cramps to come, and they never came. And then also, I have not gotten any migraines. Now I've had 2 periods, no pain for either. no migraines, and I've just been feeling great. So I really hope they keep doing research. I know there are some research studies out. Maybe I can link those also in the description, just so you can check them out if you do have endometriosis. I also think that I might have PCOS, and I think it does help with that as well. People have said that it helps their regulate their cycles. I am having a very long, I think my days are 45 day cycles, so they're very long. And I don't know if that's just still my body regulating because I was breastfeeding, but that's just how it is so far. But anyway, I can't complain because that has been just so amazing not to have that pain. I mean, wow. That also just makes me want to stay on this as long as possible. Even if I do a smaller dose, I'm fine with that. And I know some people are starting to do that. They're starting to microdose. You can also do that through my online provider. So all that information is going to be down there. But I'm planning on doing that. So my whole plan was to do 3 months just to see. Just do the 3 months. How does it affect me? Does it help at all? And if it didn't help, I was going to go find a new doctor, because I also moved very far away from where I was living. And get the surgery. And just, I was like, there's got to be a way to not have this pain, because I'm not doing that. So anyway, I don't have to get the surgery. I'm so happy about that. Hopefully this lasts a long time. And yes, hopefully maybe I'll get pregnant again. Like I said, I did have infertility. I did have a miscarriage. So, we'll see. But the number one priority was just to feel good. Yes, I have lost 15 pounds. I needed to lose that weight though. My body was holding on to that, and I don't really know why, but it was holding on to it. So that has been so helpful as well. I thought I would have no cravings, no appetite. I never would want any snacks or desserts. That's not true. The thing about it is, instead of me being ruled by, you have to have ice cream right now, or you just won't be able to think about anything else. It's well, I could have ice cream. Does it sound good? Yeah, maybe, but I don't need it. And that's the biggest difference for me, that I just didn't know. So it's very in your mind. It's a very mental thing. And I'm realizing that now with food noise, and just when I'm bored or when I'm tired. I used to all I would do was just find something to eat, because it would just make me feel better. If I was sad, lonely, whatever. And now it's no, I don't really, yeah, I could eat those pretzels or chips, but what will actually make me feel better? Probably going for a walk, or calling my mom, or calling a friend. Maybe I should journal, maybe I should read a book. Other things come to mind, not just eating. And so I think if that's something that you struggle with, that this could really help you. Because that was such a big thing for me, and it was stressing me out. It really was, because I was slowly gaining weight. I didn't want to. The other thing is, working out. I think I have to be careful about how hard I go, because I think I'm already eating at a calorie deficit. So if I work out, I need to make sure the balance of that, because if I don't eat enough, that's not going to be sustainable. I want to make sure everything I'm doing is sustainable. So my workouts are more low impact, but I am still trying to get those healthy habits in now while I'm on the medication, and just continue on with those healthy habits. But yeah, this has been such an amazing journey. I do feel I've learned so much. I can't believe it's week 6 already. That flew by. But if you do have any questions, or if you're nervous about something, or just scared to start, don't know how to start, where to start, please leave a comment. I'm always checking those, and I'll respond as fast as I can. Maybe I'll even make another video if you feel there's more things that I could talk about. I thought about making a video about like what I'm eating every day, how I'm getting all my protein in, because I don't eat a lot of meat, and just like other things. So let me know how I can help, and I hope this is helpful for you. Have a great day.